Hello my friends, it's Gabriel with the Last Huntsman channel here, and today I'm going to be showing a knife that I've had for a little while. This is the Esee Laser Strike. I'm going to be doing some extensive testing on this. As you can see, my coating is getting crap kicked out of it. It's starting to get worn completely off and saber grind here, but I actually went through and did the custom knife builder on the knife connection, and it's a pretty neat service because usually what I've done in the past is buy like a knife and then turn around and decide, man, I want some TKC grips on it, so I buy the TKC grips, and then all of a sudden done, you know, you've spent more money. While going straight through the knife connection, I've kind of weeded out how even the middleman and just went straight to buying the knife that how I wanted it. And I got these really nice G10 Ranger green with orange liner grips. So let's get out here, let's thrash on this knife and show what it can do. Alright, so a quick test I'm going to be doing with this Esee Laser Strike here is I'm going to be doing some batoning. Nothing major really, because this ain't much bigger than an SE4 overall, but just a second, I got a tick on me. Alright, so quick test I'm going to be doing is dispatching a tick with the Esee Laser Strike. Alright, now back to batoning. Through that knot. This is a hardwood. Do this up in little finer pieces here. Now this knife is 3/16 thick, as I've said, and quite a beefy blade for the size really. It's about the same size, and I think a great overall comparison for this would be the LT Wright Forest Trail. I think is really good size comparison. So you're just fine anyways. A pretty big piece too. One more. Esee Laser Strike, getting it done. Alright, so a task I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be making some notches. I'm going to start off with a square notch here and make a regular notch. As you can see, I have two decent square notches that I've made with this already. Now let's try a regular notch. See how well this thing can do that. As you can see, a regular notch that would be good for like tent stakes and stuff. So Esee Laser Strike is a rather capable knife. Alright, so one thing that I think that this knife would be really great for is not only a great like camp knife that you can go out and just do small basic, you know, universal task, but I actually think this would be great for guys going in country, deploying, and or just something to keep on your LBE like I do on like my battle belt or like on your plate carrier, because it's a good size that you can still carry it. It's easy to carry, it's not going to get in your way, it's not going to clutter up your gear, but at the same time it's still a fairly capable knife and can be a decent survival / tactical knife if need be. But I was going to just show how it cuts through material. A lot of guys get under the notion that you need serrated edges, and I absolutely hate serrated edges, and as you can see, this knife just glides right through synthetic material, whether it be like a seat belt or 550 cord like this is, or whatever you need. Testing out the Esee Laser Strike. This is a knife that does not really get a whole lot of attention, but I've actually become quite a fan of it, really, because it's just like a perfect belt camp knife size, and it's kind of like that nice weird balance in between a small knife and a medium-sized knife, really. But I'm going to do some light delimbing with it here. And with these TKC grips on there, this knife totally transforms into a different critter here. We're going to do some steak making here. With that choil and stuff, I could really choke up on this thing and just get a lot of power to push through the wood too, even if there's a knot. Now I'm not gonna make this super sharp because it's going right into the ground. You get the gist. Alright, so a task I'm going to be working with this Esee Laser Strike here is I'm going to be making me a baton. I already kind of made a half-ass one here at my shelter, but I'm going to be making kind of a nicer one, and I'm going to be shaving this bark off of here and shaping up the handle. And why I'm kind of eager to use this knife is because it has such a large, generous choil, quite as big as like the Top Silent Hero, but pretty close to it. And with these TKC grips on there too, this handle is quite nice to grab onto. Now mind you, I built this I got this knife using the TKC knife builder, which is actually a really neat feature because it saved me money from having to buy a full Esee Azula. And I just bought the bare blade and then bought the handle scales and the Esee sheath and put it together that way, and it saved me money doing that. Alright, so a test I'm going to be doing with this Esee Laser Strike is I always, as you all may know, I like to test the strength and durability of a knife, and that goes for, this is kind of a dual test here, but both a stabbing and a tip test. I'm going to turn this board just log a little bit. It sticks pretty good in there. Decent penetration, and that guard on there looks a little weak, but it kind of also has two guards with the choil there as well. I'm not really getting any major slippage, so I'm not like super worried about it. I think I made my point, pun intended, I suppose. But as we can see, it's still straight tip, so that goes to show the heat treatment and the quality that I've come to like with Esee knives. Another task I'm going to be doing with this Esee Laser Strike is I'm going to be doing some feather sticking. And with this big, generous choil that this thing has, it actually lends itself to really choke up on it and get a lot of control with this knife. I'm actually surprisingly getting pretty decent feather sticks. I'm not the best at these. Alright, so as I've showed, this Esee Laser Strike, not really going to be much of a chopper, and so, but you can take down a small tree like this if you know how to. And usually I would just grab an axe or a knife, or better yet, a saw. But I can use this knife because it is sturdy enough that I can baton through it. Okay, that one. Cross grain batoning here is a little difficult. But it can be done. Almost through. And as you can see, you can fell, you know, a tree even, you know, good inch or two in diameter with a smaller knife like the Esee Laser Strike if you just have your baton with you. Alright, so like I said earlier, I think this knife would be a great not only camp knife but a soldier knife. So something I was going to do with it is just kind of use it in more of a tactical manner. I got just an old tree that I cut down, rested up against a live tree so I don't kill it, and I'm going to see how well I could utilize this, keep it in hand, how well it stays in hand when using it in like a tactical scenario. And we'll just kind of test this knife out real quick. Alright, we'll try some reverse grip. As you can see, it's pretty quick in hand, really. I guess something else we ought to try is the attitude readjusting pommel. I will kind of beat on our tree here a little bit because it's going to be hard to hit that little wood. As you can see, does a lot of damage with just the pommel. So yeah, this can be quite a soldier blade if need be. So as I was saying, I think the Esee Laser Strike would be a decent soldier belt knife, and to attach it onto your LBE. And I got this. This is my battle belt. I got it set up for all my pistol gear, whether it be both my Glock 17 and spare magazines and my dump pouch. But I keep this knife on this belt because it's a quick, handy way that I can just grab this whole belt, have my gun, have several magazines ready to go, and have a ready to go knife on me without having to sort through a whole bunch of gear and stuff and put things together. I could just grab this belt and have it ready to go. So for like a prepper / Minuteman, quick hit, grab and go kit, this is actually a pretty decent knife for that. Alright, so now that I'm out of the woods here, sitting by the old barn, I'm going to give my overall impressions on the Esee Laser Strike here. This knife, I think overall has a lot more going for it than what a lot of people really gets in. I don't see a lot of videos on this knife. It's kind of one of Esee's lesser famous knives, I suppose, but I think this knife is overall a really good knife. It, as you can see, it does a lot of camp tasks really well. It performs pretty great. I think it'd make a great like soldier or tactical knife too. If I was gonna say any reason why I don't think it gets all that much attention is, I don't know. Some people might think it looks ugly or something, I guess. I don't know. But with all that being said, it's a great knife. Go to the Knife Connection. I built this one on the Knife Builder deal. Get you some of these TKC grips. It really revolutionizes the knife here. But with all that being said, be prepared both physically and spiritually. God bless, and carry on.